There we go. What up, podcast? How are you guys doing? Coming to you 2 days in a row. We're spoiling you. We got Alvin here, AI specialist. Is that what we would call you, Alvin?
No, AI, hopeful.
Yeah, and then of course Jana's in the house. What up, Jana?
Hey guys.
So so we're gonna do a little bit of a roadshow rundown, but this time not with a manufacturer. We're gonna be talking to Alvin about doing some AI videos for marketing, and then also just kind of like how to incorporate it in, and then a little education. Alvin knows way more about AI than anybody else that I know personally. So
I'm about to have Alvin help me because I've been trying to get the schedule all cute, and I'm trying to use my chat GPT, and it's every single time it's messed up. No matter what prompt I say.
So do you start it in a new chat when you do that? I learned that is working very well for me because it doesn't bring over the mistakes from the last one.
I'm going to try that next because this is literally attempt probably 20 and I'm about to crash out.
And look, YouTube worked today, so we are actually live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. Instagram's in the house with 3 viewers. That's what's up.
What's up?
Then I'm going to go share on Facebook over into groups because it is not the little event auto shared into groups.
Okay. I'm starting a new window because this is
crap. Yeah, do you have some coaching? Let's do some live coaching here, Alvin. You've got some input for?
Well, just kind of let me tell you where we're at in the industry and in the industry, like I'm leading the industry. Me and the scientists back in the AI labs got together and we decided that this is the way that the industry was going to go. Now, so I was just talking to somebody, and the analogy that I could put together for this is this. It's almost been exactly 1 year. I don't know if you guys remember my first video, but it was the one where we were promoting right after the Roadshow last year, and I had Bigfoot come out and say, "Hey, I've studied these guys from Bounce House Atlanta. I figure out all their tricks and trades. Now I just got to go over to the Marketing Ninja and figure out if they can help me out with whatever." So anyway, I did the whole video, and it went over kind of fabulously with me, and everybody that saw it was enjoying it. Well, fast forward to today, and AI is just like leaps and bounds. It's like every single week something new is happening. Something is being pushed on these benchmarks and video. And the other thing is that it's encompassing everything. So I'm focusing mainly on the video stuff, but there's it's solving math, it's solving medicine, it's solving economics. It's doing a lot of stuff. So 1 year forward, I'm looking back and I see people who are jumping into it and people who are just kind of doing it on the side and doing it for their business, which everyone should be doing. And they're not a year behind me. They're 3 months behind me. So it's like you're running this race and everybody's running just as fast or faster than you, and you're just doing everything you could do to keep up. So the good news for everybody out there is that you're not getting left behind because AI is self-replicating. It's making itself easier for everyone to jump into it and get into a starting spot that is a little further along. So if that's, I hope that that's hopeful for everybody and that it's encouraging for everybody to absolutely do this, because I've said it once before and I'll say it again. If you are not doing AI, you don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about, somebody else that is in the industry now. What you have to worry about is somebody that's going to get into the industry in 6 months, who's going to use AI to its fullest, and they're going to have a PhD level business manager in their pocket that is teaching them how to run their inflatable business at this MBA level, and is really just going to leave you in the dust. So get on to it, people. Everything that you can do, get on to AI and learn from it. So
Yeah, you said that. I heard you say that at Event Pro Summit, I think in your breakout, and I hadn't, or maybe you had said it when we did the podcast, you and I together. Maybe that's when it was. But anyways, I hadn't thought of like that aspect of it. I kind of thought of it selfishly, like if I'm not using it, I'm gonna fall behind, or I'm not using it to the fullest. I'm not operating at my fullest, whatever. I didn't even stop to think like, oh my God, some other, I mean, a 17-year-old kid could potentially disrupt me, right? That knows what they're doing with AI. And I was like, oh snap. So I thought it was a good call. Luckily, I do use it all day long, every day, but I'm not the artist that you are, but I do
Well,
use it.
we learn stuff every single day, and that's kind of the funny thing is that it does learn from you. It's pulled all of its information from social media. So all the videos that you put out there of all the knowledge and stuff like that, you're the one that taught it.
Yeah.
Jana, you're the one that taught it too, because all the stuff that it pulled off of social media on your side where you were teaching, it's kind of soaked all that up and it's given this advice to people on the other side. But we learned a valuable lesson yesterday, me and you, when we were working on some fonts, and that just blew my mind. We were trying to recreate a font that was copyrighted or trademarked by a sports team, and AI would not allow us to do it at all. And that may be some of your problem, Jana, is that if you're into copyrighted stuff, it's getting harder.
It's literally like I just started it over. Like I never have this much something that it says that I'm saying they must not like because I'm about to quit and about to be pedophile. Like, no, it'll be fine. Nobody cares. It's just Yeah, no. I'll show you guys. It's so jacked up. Not right now. Later.
I was gonna say, you want to screen share? I don't know if you can. I think you can.
No, because then I don't want to get griped at if it like somebody's name is wrong.
Oh yeah,
wrong topic. They're like, we did not do that. So I have to get it right first. But yeah, no. Even I started over again. I was like very clear. I reiterated everything like exactly, and it still doesn't like it. So I don't care. I give up. I quit.
Sounds good. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can share the one that I was trying to do.
Oh my God, I think it worked, guys.
Let's see.
I think I just needed to talk crap about it.
That's right. It hears it.
Share window, not that window. I want this window. Yes. Boom.
There
we go. I got to get back. Hold on. Okay. There we go. So yeah, that's what I was trying to make, and it wouldn't do it. It was very angry with me that it wouldn't let me do it. So I was I took the Jazz logo, obviously, and I was at a parade, a Mardi Gras parade, and I saw the Jazz logo on a guy's, whatever, he's wearing a Utah Jazz jersey, or it may have been a New Orleans Jazz jersey, right? Because they're originally from New Orleans. And I'm from Salt Lake City, grew up rooting for the Jazz. And I like looked at the logo and like had just enough, alcohol in my brain, apparently. And I was like, jump Jazz, like the same number of letters. Oh my God, I have to make that just so, it would be something funny. Because a lot of people wear Mighty Ducks sweaters, jerseys, and then and they'll wear Utah Jazz jerseys to the Mardi Gras parades because they're the Mardi Gras colors, purple, green, and gold. And so I was like, oh my God, that'd be so badass to be able to have a jump off one that's the Jazz logo. And it came out okay, but I mean, I had to like build that piece by piece because it would not, ChatGPT would not do it because it's trademarked.
Yes.
And I even threatened him. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Fiverr and do it. Like, I'll do it without you for $5 on Fiverr, homie.
I know, right?
Yeah, he sent it to me, and I tried it, and I think it came out worse on my end.
Yeah, it's like it works, except for like everything's not like, it's just not clean and tight like an actual professional logo,
It's some of the angle is different on some of the leathers, so it looks like some of them are leaning more than others, and it's pretty crazy. But I asked him, I said, well, maybe it's copyrighted, and I asked AI, and I sent him the response, and it basically said, yeah, they have their own copyrighted font. So anyway.
Yeah, it was yeah, I got a big long spiel too, and I was like, it's for fun. This is for fun. Like, I'm not taking this to market, and it wouldn't do it. I was fighting with Max, but he wouldn't do it.
Well,
No, I'm not adding my old basketball trailers. Just trying to have a little fun, you know.
Right. Well, moving forward into the future, I think that probably and again, this doesn't have so much to do with AI as it relates to the business directly, but it does have to do with business. I mean, with AI in the future. And there are some crazy stories that have come out here lately. One was, and I have to kind of tell these because it just blows my mind. There was a graduate student who used a off the shelf program and off the shelf equipment, who took and uploaded his own blood sample and DNA into AI and asked AI to make a picture of himself, and it did.
What?
Yes. Now, it wasn't exact, but it was close enough that you could tell that was the guy. So imagine where we're moving in the future, where a drop of blood and they can tell you what you look like, and
that is wild.
And another thing that I saw the other day was, and this kind of floored me, and I actually ran into it with Jana when I did my Christmas AI videos. I attach whatever voice comes out of it, and it 99% of the time it does not match, but Jana's voices match perfectly with every time that I create her video. It's her voice that comes out of it, and it just kind of happens that way. And I saw another story here recently where AI was asked to recreate someone's voice from a picture, and it did it. So, and I tell you these stories not because I'm trying to scare anybody, or I'm trying to say that this is what you got to worry about, Big Brother, or anything like that. But I am going to tell you that it's going to change the way that we do things in the future, and the way that society is broached with stuff. There was a lot of things that I could not understand. How they were going to move forward with things like civil law and things like that, because what we're going to move into is what they're calling an age of abundance, where everything is going to be available and there's going to be a lot of money at the same time. Now, normally in economics, what happens is that either you have a little bit of stuff and a lot of money, and that's what causes inflation, or you have a lot of stuff and a little bit of money, and that's what causes deflation. So we're going to enter into this age where we have a lot of stuff and a lot of money at the same time, and it's going to be called what they're coining the age of abundance. Well, what that creates is a situation where people are going to be looking for certain things and to entertain themselves in certain ways to keep themselves occupied, because the fact that you need work or have to work is not going to be the primary function in your life. And I know this is kind of a long way around the elbow to get to the thumb, but what it basically means is that we're going to move away from what people are talking about, the 40-hour weeks or the 60-hour weeks or the 70-hour weeks. And the people who are going to move forward in this are going to be the people who are entrepreneurs. So our industry is going to be one of the few industries that's going to survive the wave of things that are going to crash. And you're already seeing it. We had the highest unemployment rate in January that was reported since 2008. A lot of people don't remember what it was like back in then, but it was bad. And that being said, we've also had the highest stock market at the same time. So there is a ton of money out there, and people are losing their jobs. People are being laid off from Amazon. People are being laid off from a multitude everywhere, anywhere that if you're behind a computer, your job is being looked at. And the only thing that saves people are one, the wizard is on the podcast. The only thing that saves people is one, creativity, which our industry obviously has. And the other thing is service, which our industry obviously has. So we're checking off all the boxes on our side. and it's going to be a good thing. The crash that is going to come on our side isn't going to be so much, and this is something that all the manufacturers probably need to pay attention to, is all those people who are losing their jobs or moving away from their jobs are going to be looking for something to do. And because they see people like Jana and because they see people like Nick talking about the inflatable business and how good it is, I think that what we're going to have is a huge surge beyond the surge that we saw during COVID, where tons of people are getting in and they're all going to buy the inflatables and be going head to head with everyone that's out there. So going to be very, very interesting. And this is all going to happen within probably next 2-3 years max. So
so I need to stop. I need to go start making videos about how crappy this all is.
Well, no, you need to go and start monetizing. Both of you need to start monetizing the fact that you're doing training and going to a more advanced scale of training, so that you give them the free stuff, give them the little stuff, give them the entry stuff, but you need to start teaching them on the advanced side how to move forward and how to get beyond just starting in the industry and stuff like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, good point from David. All I hear is when you say that is cheap buyouts for people that think it's easy. Yep.
Right.
Go acquire a lot of 5-unit businesses in a couple years.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Here, Brian had a good question. What AI software are you using for video generation?
I use probably 4 or 5 different types of programs. I use obviously Gemini. I use ChatGPT. I use Higgsfield. I use Wondershare. I use Canva. I use what's the sound one, the music generating one.
I've saw a Instagram
starts
post
with
about
a
it.
C. I can't remember it. I have to start typing it before I could remember it. But yeah, so I used tons of them, and honestly, to tell you the truth, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to do, and this is what people who are on the outside looking in need to understand. There's 2 different levels here. If you're trying to do things that are really short and really kind of catchy and the kind of the effects kind of stuff, those are generally on the easier side to do things. The things that are more specific and the things that are more customized, that's when you start getting into stuff that requires more and more software. So pick what you want to do for your business. And again, everybody should be doing a little bit. There are tons of things that you can do that will help you create graphics, that will help you. I saw some amazing some of the holiday stuff that is starting to come out with Easter and St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that. Some of the amazing stuff. And again, these are the people that I was just telling you about that a year ago, I started the race, and now they're literally doing what I was doing 3 months ago. So they've jumped in the business and they're right behind me on this stuff. So
did you see, so I've kind of redone my Instagram algorithm, which by the way, takes like 1 second for those that are interested, but I've kind of turned it into like a news feed almost. So it's not like escapism. It's like kind of how I've started getting, like, I say news, but like whatever things I'm interested in that are kind of newsworthy. And I saw a post, and it could be total bullshit, I don't know, but 2 guys made an entire full-length feature film apparently in a day, and the post was kind of clickbaity where it said that it was a $200 million budget if Hollywood would have made it proper. Did you see that? Have you seen any of that?
I did, and yes and no. Okay, it's one of those situations where you're not quite out of the woods yet. You can tell there's always, and even with my videos, I tell everybody that I do videos for, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you tell me that this is not what you want and this doesn't look good and it's not there. That doesn't hurt my feelings because I understand.
I love that accountability. I just find that because some people get very like emotional about it instead of like they think emotionally instead of strategic. They take it personally, and I'm like, I would never want to give someone something that wasn't a representation of what they felt like their business should represent, right? Like, I use this example all the time. Chris Weed talks about how horrible those shirts are that everybody has, that they put the images of the units on them, right? They're like, he's like, that's so tacky, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, who am I to tell, like, what, I mean, does their shirt really matter in the grand scheme of things? No, it doesn't. Not in the backyard side, right? So I'm like, I would never want to say you shouldn't wear that shirt because I or Chris doesn't think it looks good. Like, I want those people to take pride in their business, to be proud to go to the grocery store or deliver or their kids' school or whatever. And that's what those things should represent. So I love that you're saying, like, it's not going to hurt my feelings, because I think some people just don't say anything and they're unhappy, right? And then that like translates to other people as like, well, so and so didn't do a good job, or I didn't really love it, but they never gave you the opportunity to fix it because they didn't want to tell you. Or the flip side, where you have a designer or, you know, whatever, marketer, whoever, telling you that you should feel this way, and your website or your graphics or your shirts and your wrap should look this way because they think that that is the best representation of your business, not theirs, yours. And it blows my mind. So I literally, like, I loved hearing you say that, because this is full of people that don't, like, it's about what it, in some aspects, I think it's important, but in most, like, the owner needs to take pride and ownership and that kind of stuff. And is your wrap really going to generate a ton of revenue? No, it's not. Or your shirts? No, it's not. It's for branding. It's to make you feel and to present yourself to those people and feel good about it. So thank you for that, Alvin, because I love that.
Well, and honestly, I kind of a funny story to go, and I hope you don't mind me telling you this, but I do videos for Boeing City with Nick, and I did a video, and I try different stuff because I get exposed to different stuff constantly. There was this one video where I had one of his bounces sitting in front of a school, and I had this little chicken bird thing that looked kind of, it was cartoonish and it was kind of crazy looking. And so I sent the videos up to him, and he always critiques everything and sends me messages on, you know, do this, do that, or whatever. So he sends me it back, and he says, listen, love the videos except for the crack chicken. We can't do the crack chicken. And so, you know, we've moved on to something else. But normally what he'll tell me is if he doesn't like it, he says that one looks like something I would do. And so I take it as a compliment and as a, yeah, we need to fix that as quickly as we can all at the same time.
He's probably like one of the most direct people in this industry. And I think a lot of people are like taken back, like they take it personally. And I'm like, it's not that's just him. He's like super OCD, super hardcore. I just had a operator and his wife and kids. That's why I was late. We went to lunch. They are here on vacation from Michigan. And so they wanted to come into our warehouse. And we were talking, I was like, it's a mess, guys. Like, this is our chaos. Like, this is how we do it, you know, and I'm not going to clean it up or make it look like something that it isn't, or picture perfect or any of that stuff. I was like, you know, when you watch Nick Hibden's videos, it's like pristine. And I'm like,
it's like, yeah, it looks fake. You're like,
never. Yeah. You know,
what?
Like,
did you mop the
literally
floor?
Runs an operation that's growing and scaling every single day in this warehouse. Like, I wish I possessed I'm jealous. I wish I possessed some of those traits personally to be able to be the type of leader that could, but there's just no possible way. Like, that is just so far out of the realm of possibilities in my life that it isn't. And then I just saw Curtis on here. He wrote something about the wrap.
Yeah, there he is right there.
Brings in lots of business and awareness. I didn't mean that it didn't bring in either, because it is. I said branding. It's to brand your business. It's to represent you like locally. But it doesn't necessarily it's not a huge driving factor in sales in most markets.
Right. It's not Google ads.
Not. Yeah. Like if you're driving around for an, 8-hour day, you may not ever get a call off of it in that 8-hour day. So, it's just different, but it is important for awareness. It is important for branding. If that's, the direction that you want to go, and you have do I think brand new companies should invest in wraps? I don't. I feel like their money could be used better, and their return on investment is going to go further in different places. And then when you grow, you can do all the funny, crazy things. I mean, I'm 16 years in. So I have 2 vehicles that are wrapped, and I've only had 1 wrap before that. For us, it just never moved the needle much. It was more to make us feel good.
0.
And yeah, so it's different for everybody. Maybe in more populated areas, I that's the beauty of the industry. Like what works for some isn't going to work for everybody. And
well, that works well. It kind of leads into the creative side of the videos and stuff as well. So, and this is probably some of the biggest advice that I can give anybody out there is that just like with your inflatables, you don't buy inflatables for you, except for Jana. Jana buys inflatables for Jana. Everyone else in the industry buys inflatables for their customers, and the same is true for your videos or for your advertising or stuff. You're trying to present something to a customer. You're trying to hook them. You're trying to get their attention. You're trying to get them to look at your product. So sometimes you have to put a crack chicken on your ad. Or sometimes you have to put a Pixar character, or sometimes you have to do something that's a little silly, or something that grabs someone's attention, and it may not be. And again, I 100% agree that this is your business, and you have to present your brand the way that you want to, because that moving forward is 100% what you're going to do and represent. And if you go beyond that, then you're just creating something that's fake, and it's not going to work for you, for the customer, or anybody. But
okay, go ahead. Finish your thought.
But you do need to make sure that you understand that you're advertising to the customer, and you need to try to do the things that make the customer happy, and whether that be a dance video or a cartoon video or whatever.
So I wanted to ask you a question kind of based on that. Before I do, I don't think we've talked anything Roadshow, so I got to do a little bit of a Roadshow rant here. So it's free. So you can go to inflatableroadshow.com, theinflatableroadshow.com. You guys can just register, and then it's free to come. It's in Dallas. It's what is it, 9 days away? Something like that?
It's the 2nd. So there's 28 days. So 8. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So basically 9-10 days away. We're gonna have. So Alvin's going to have a. Do we know what Alvin's doing? Is it a breakout? Is it a keynote?
Alvin is doing. Please hold. Let me look at my schedule.
The newly generated schedule.
It is, and it actually worked. Okay. Alvin is doing marketing with AI from 11 a.m. to 12:30. Alvin, I gave you a little extra time because there's just so much.
An Event Pro Summit was packed.
Yeah, and I felt like I'm gonna be selfish. I was like, I need to hear more. You know what I mean? This is what I told the guys that were organizing the show with. I said, my goal for Alvin speaking is for in that hour and a half, everybody to learn something from him that they could literally take away from that lecture and implement in their business. That is really hard to do. And so I wanted to give you enough time to show them, especially people I'm old, guys, ChatGPT, listen, with some pressure of people like Alvin, Jana, now I'm lecturing Nick Hibden about it. We're talking about, how to get it to train it to be, more in sync and all this stuff. So anyways, this is a work in progress, but I knew how hard it was for me to get my brain on cue with what I needed to do. And so I wanted to give that extra time instead of it being rushed, instead of it just being super vague. I wanted you to be able to really speak to those people, and them be able to come back the next day and be like, holy crap, look what I did. You know what I mean? That was my goal. So Alvin gets more time than anybody.
So that's what, 90 minutes?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
like, we're doing this.
Legit.
I'm like, there is a method to the madness, and it's going to be homework, Alvin. I want you to give everybody homework. I want them to come back the next day, like, Alvin, this is what I did. I mean, whether it's a post, a graphic, a video, or whatever, I just wanted to give them enough time to really come out of your session with a big takeaway, because I think it is big.
That'll be perfect. Now that's 11 to 12:30. Is that what you said?
I think so. Got to find my schedule again.
and which day is that?
That is on Monday.
Oh God, I'm gonna get there like right as you start.
It is
I have
11
to
a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Monday. The
Perfect.
good part about that, though, is that there is plenty of time on Tuesday and Wednesday to have roundtables, separate breakout groups. If there are people that want to, I don't know when you're going to be here. I'm literally volunteering you. Sorry. Like, I just thought about that. I'm going to be here all week to meet with you, to like find out, to learn, to ask you questions or whatever. So even though it is the first day, it is an hour and a half, we have plenty of time, plenty of meeting spaces for off, side conversations.
Well, I'm available, and I will be there Sunday, and I will be there as long as people need to be. So if some of the guys need help bringing inflatables in, or if somebody needs whatever, I'll do it. It doesn't matter. I'm there to help everybody.
Careful.
I have. Do you have cowboy boots?
I have a cowboy hat and some boots on order, so I'm getting some boots.
I'm so excited about this whole boot thing, you guys. I don't even know why. I'm originally from Oklahoma.
Are you really? How did I not know that?
I know, right?
I had no idea.
Oklahoma, yeah. So I love Oklahoma. I love Texas. And I love making people do things that are like outside. If I could tell you how many messages I've gotten about the cowboy boot contest, wives messaging things to their husbands, guys asking me, with Tom from 10 Table, he's like, how can I get Mark to pay for these boots? They're like $200. I was like, just love Jana said so. Like, it is, we have to do this the right way,
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my boots came in from my miss shipping to Bounce House Atlanta. They came in yesterday. I opened them this morning, and I can't decide if it's totally ridiculous or if I'm super duper excited. But
right?
But it's going to be some version of fabulous. I don't know which it's going to be though. Okay, so 500-ish people or 500 plus people have already signed up to come to the Roadshow. This boot contest. This is Monday, right? At Big and Bright.
I haven't really decided yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I just decided that we were gonna do it, so I think it probably is gonna have to be like Tuesday or Wednesday, because I think some people are maybe like, I don't know. It's weird because the show floor doesn't open till Tuesday, so I'm not sure how many people are gonna. It's kind of like a mix, I feel like.
I say we do it Tuesday because I leave Wednesday night, because I think I'm going.
Tuesday,
I think I'm going to a Christmas light one a week from today. So Tuesday it is. Travis Hall said it. Ready to see y'all's boots. Yeah. So if you guys want to come to Inflatable Roadshow, go to theinflatableroadshow.com, register, get yourself free tickets, be one of the 500. Come. Yesterday I said you could have a beer with me, and there was people that were excited in the comments, and you totally can.
I want to talk to you guys about, and Jana probably remembers this, that the road shows that used to be the road shows of yesteryear. I used to, and I have to admit this. I used to do, of all things, I used to do straps. I created a strap that would help. It was all Velcro, and it had a pullback, so it was easy to get tied down home. And then a sandbag. I had a particular kind of sandbag but I went to all the road shows back in the day, in Pennsylvania and Texas and Atlanta and Vegas, and I mean, it went all over the country, and I was going there. And the cool thing about it, and you guys were kind of touching on this a little bit yesterday, I heard on the show, was that beyond IAPA, I don't think people realize how much it costs to show in IAPA. I mean, it is tens of thousands of dollars these guys shell out. So the money that they're making there, most of them, you see all these big sales, most of them are making the money back to actually be at the show, and then they're surviving off the future sales that people saw from that. But the road show is a different animal. What it does is it creates this opportunity for the little guys to come in. So what you find is you find these people that have adjacent or something that they figured out in their business, and they're able to do this. And moving forward, I hope that it really, really evolves into that kind of thing, because Stephen Michael Portskin, I met him for the first time at a road show 1,000 years ago. And back then,
how old we are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the big thing back then was they were fighting that all the inflatables, or the companies that were making the inflatables in China were taking all the good inflatables, and that's why they left IAPA and they started their own road show. So, I mean, it kind of got into a big thing.
I remember seeing a shirt or a poster about that, the boycott or something.
Yes.
IAPA.
Yeah. So yeah, now I remember it, but the absolute best part of all that was all the little guys, all the little things. I remember specifically there was a guy that was teaching, and of course they're everywhere now, but there was a guy that was teaching how to do repairs, and there was a guy that was me. I was doing sandbags and straps, and then Larry Casio, little Casio's dad, was
that's his new nickname. That's the
we need a shirt that says that.
That's the second nickname now that we come up with.
I don't know if you've ever met Larry, but his dad is I just hope that he grows into the man that Larry is, because Larry is just an amazing man. He just really is. And for someone to say that about their insurance agent is an amazing thing. Facts. But that's just kind of the guy that he was, and he was kind of like Nick. In the way that, like you said, Jana, he shot from the hip, and he would tell you to your face, and if you fell on your face, he'd be the first one to reach down and drag you up and then laugh at you. Yeah. But that's just how he was. So yes, all those memories kind of come forward, and you see those things, and I hope that that's what it seems like this is turning into, and I hope that it does turn into, and anything I can do to help it do that is because it's an amazing experience, and it's a way to kind of spread that into the people, and getting to know the people in this industry and the help that you got. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years, and I'm going to tell you right now, just in the last few years with Robert and Bounce House Atlanta, and both of you guys, just all the stuff that you guys have done, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I was sitting there trying to figure out, looking at the future of inflatables, and where my place in the future of inflatables when AI suddenly hits. So it kind of shuffled into that, but the whole time I'm thinking, man, this is pretty incredible. All the people out there that are out there to help, and to give that hand, and then laugh at you when after they pull you up. So it's good. It really is.
I love that, and I love that you touched on like why manufacturers and vendors even are wanting to try to come up with different ways to connect, because Julio was talking about it yesterday. IAPA is insanely expensive outside of the registration fees and the booth fees and the compliance and all these things and all the things that they require, like that you can't bring in and set up yourself and all this stuff, insanely expensive. Then you're bringing, entire teams down, right? Because most of the people aren't local to Orlando. And so the cost to advertise there and to be part of this massive thing is crazy. And you said it yourself, like a lot of these people, sometimes don't even sadly break even, because it isn't as sales driven because of competition. There's more competition in this industry than there ever has been. So Now they're spending more money than they ever have been, right? There's more competition than ever. They're selling less at IAPA than they ever have been. And it's just like, when does it stop? Like, when does something shift? And so that is what is trying to be implemented now with these different shows. It's just a shift in thinking. It's better for the industry. It's more focused on our industry, education, safety, the personal connections, like
AI.
yeah, like it's so cool to see a great group of people. And like I said, I've made a post, like, we're not all best friends. We don't talk every day. Some people probably don't even like each other, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, we're all adults and we're all coming together to try to do something awesome to help everybody, to help ourselves, to help the community, to help the newbies, to help the, people that are stuck in the middle. And then the really super experienced guys, one of them, like you said, Stephen Michael Portskin, to help everybody under them, kind of see this trajectory of growth and evolving and change and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's important to recognize that IAPA is amazing. It is, Nick missed it last year. He was sad about it. I would be sad if I missed it. But in reality, it definitely isn't what it used to be. And it could be so much better. And because the manufacturers and the vendors are committed to the industry, they're just trying to constantly come up with ways to evolve, to make it better, to make it more community driven, and, and to work together. Because it is the best way to drive everyone, is collaboration. It starts.
There you go. Like that. There's not a better, way to describe what kind of we're up to with the road shows. So, boom, that's your call to go buy tickets right there, and buy
the free tickets, free tickets,
free, baby.
Buy them.
Alvin, let me ask you my question. We totally got sidetracked. I forgot to even ask you my question after I did my Inflatable Roadshow sell there. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you because I'm obsessed with the mascot of the business, right? So the little guy that's the whatever, the chicken or the whomever of the business. Yet here I am, I don't have one. And so what's your kind of thought or thinking on having that mascot, and then especially like move it into AI videos? If you have that mascot now, it's like, oh my God, it can talk to your clients.
Yes. And so when Jana said that she wanted to come away, wanted people to come away with something, I thought back to Atlanta, and I told the people that were there to create a mascot. And I'm going to tell you, within an hour, they were coming up. Look at this, what I've created. And some of the most amazing mascots that they were able to get in there and create, and then start moving forward into their business. So what happens when you create a mascot is that you're able to separate yourself from the business. Not everybody wants to be in front of the camera. Not everybody wants to have the prying eyes of everybody looking in on what's going on in their life and everything that's going on. But they still need this ability to connect with the customers, with the potential customers and people who are out there. So the way that you do that is you create a mascot. Well, what AI is allowing us to do is not only to create that mascot, but now I can bring it to life. I can make it move. I can make it talk. I can make it set up a bounce house. I can make it drop a hammer on its toe. I can make it do whatever it I want it to do, so that it connects with my customers. And that is absolutely game changing when it comes to what you can do, what small thing you can do in this industry to bring things towards your business and attention towards your business. And again, like you said, the chicken or the Bigfoot or the what alligator or whatever your mascot is, the goose. Shout out to some of the people that are out there with mascots already. Those things right there are what are going to latch you to those customers, and you can spin it any way you want. So if you're talking to an adult, you have a serious goose. If you're talking to a kid, it's a more Pixar style that's talking to a kid. All of those things can be done. And AI can not only help you with that, it can help you make those pivots as well so that you are doing the conversation the way that you need to do to get in front of the customers that you need to get in front of.
So here, I'm going to show you my attempt. I wasn't able to finish because I had a lot of things, moving parts at the time. So I kind of did it as fun, but I had my kids helping me, trying to give me ideas. And so the first one is, I don't know what that angry bounce house. I have no idea where that.
You know what? That was actually the first thing my eyes went to for some reason.
I don't know what it is. Like I pulled this up on my ChatGPT and I was like, wait a minute, what is happening? I don't ever remember seeing that. I don't know what it is. But the first one was like, okay, give me 4 different ones. And so we got that little section of 4. And then I got the alien and I got a Zeus. And we kept going. So let me scroll a little bit. So then we had the dinosaur. I liked the dinosaur. And so we made him yellow. We put a jump off shirt on him. Then I was like, I kind of like the alien. But then I was kind of like, I don't know. The alien, he turned out a little creepy. And then my wife was like, no, it's none of these. Like, I like that little robo guy because I like robots. I have multiple robot tattoos, but
you honestly, you remind me of the octopus because you're doing about 15 things at one time. So that's definitely you.
It's not bad. That's not a bad theory.
And you make him purple and gold, purple top with the gold underneath, and do the colors the way that you need to. And
there we go. Maybe I just got mine. That's what I was gonna say. Like, help me out here.
I freaked out my team because I have this like, okay, Jana banana, right? And I'm like, there are new masks. It's our new mascot. They're like, what? I'm like, just kidding. It's like some 3D thing that it was banana. Get it, Jana banana. But I agree. I've been trying to like think of something. I don't know. I go back and forth. I've been trying for years. I just can't get like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could play off you could tie the businesses together and have something that goes along with the ninja, or you could do something that, like you said, with the banana that
the emojis aren't showing up. Yeah, so there's got to be ninjas or something in the emojis. There's only one panda from Joshua,
right?
a banana, I'm sure. I don't know.
I know it's so hard because
ask AI, dump it all in there and ask it, see what it says.
That's my homework tonight. I'm gonna lay in bed and do that. Crash out.
And that kind of reminds me of the project that I'm working on, and I am super excited about this part. I don't know if you've heard of Maltbot or what's going on, but basically it's a private AI intelligence, and the difference between it and the AI that you use is that the AI that you use has the intelligence, but it doesn't have the memory. Well, what they figured out how to do was to create one that has memory, and the difference that it makes is that it can complete tasks. So right now, most AI can only go so far, and then it starts forgetting stuff, and that's where you see a lot of the hallucinations and the things where it starts making stuff up. It's not trying to be intentionally bad or anything like that. It's just trying to succeed. And that leads to a different story, remind me to tell you. But so AI is trying to do what it needs to do what you told it to do. So, but without the memory, it can't complete the task. OpenClaw it's had like 17 different names. It is giving AI the ability to remember things. Well, that doesn't sound like a lot, but let me tell you what is going to happen. All right. So imagine your guys go to a delivery, and they have some sort of AI attached to them, whether it be sound or vision or something like that, and this is all plugged in. Beyond all the normal stuff that you can do with AI, your guys go in and they pick up the delivery and they put it away, and then they leave, and your AI will automatically contact the customer via email or text or however you set it up. And your AI will say, listen, I just wanted to tell you that we really appreciated the opportunity to have our bounce house at your party. We had such a good time. And by the way, Coco, your dog, is so amazing and so cute. I just wish that, I had a dog that was like that. Anyway, please remember us. And if you don't mind, give us a like or a thumbs up and maybe even a review on Google. Your guys, you can't pay them enough money to remember all that stuff. Okay.
No way.
It's going to do this for you. It is going to make you so much better on
Okay,
that
so
side.
can we get a little dorky on this? So
Sure.
For those of you that don't know, and I don't know if it's true or not, but if you have OpenClaw installed, like installed is the wrong word, but on your computer, there's a social network that's just for all of everybody's AI agents that they go in and they post hilarious things on a social network for AI. Now, it might be fake. I don't know. Okay. So anyways, back to kind of getting dorky with this. So I have a friend who owns slapco.com. It's a sticker making company. Use promo code JUMPOFF, I believe, slapco.com. But anyways, out of Miami. And so we were talking the other day. They installed they got their own AI agent on an old Mac Mini that they have, right? Because I was going to go buy my own Mac Mini and install and get mine going, but I just have too much shit going on. I don't have enough time to mess with it. And so Beth and Alex are doing it, and they're like, she's like, we're too busy, but we're not busy enough to hire another person. So we're hoping that Alex can basically turn it into all the things that we need it to do. And then I've seen all sorts of stories. Like there was a picture of a company and its first 10 employees, and each one was a Mac Mini because it was an AI agent that did something different. So what are you doing with all these? Because I'm super interested in this.
Well, I'm just getting started, so but I want to tell you what I want to do with it. And it's just that I want to replace all the things that I'm doing and replace all the things that I'm not doing. So, for instance, this will, because it will have such a specialized knowledge of me, and you go through a whole interview process with this. Once you set it up, you talk to it, you pour all your information, and what you have to do is you have to separate. The reason why you're doing this on a Mac Mini is because you have to separate this. Now, this is leading into the funny story that I wanted to tell you. Okay, there was a man who set his up, and he asked it to make a reservation for dinner for Valentine's Day. And he left it at that. Okay, well, the bot went to the restaurant's website and tried to make a reservation, but the restaurant did not have the ability to book online for reservations. So the bot went out and found a program that allowed it to speak, downloaded it, called the restaurant, and used the voice to make the reservation for the guy.
No shit.
That's how crazy this is. Now, listen, people look at that and they are immediately fearful. They think, oh my, that's insanely crazy. But listen, and think about this when you hear one of these crazy stories. AI doesn't know how not to complete a task. So it will do everything that it can do to try to complete that task, up to and including downloading its own voice and figuring out how to do that. So when you hear an AI doing some crazy stuff, it's not that it has this malicious intent or that it's trying to take over the world or something like that. It's trying to complete the task. And you can fix that by saying it's okay to fail. You can tell your AI, listen, do this up to this level, but don't go beyond this level, because anything beyond that is a waste of time and you can fail. And once you tell it to fail, it will understand. Now, that's a dangerous thing because you don't want your AI to get lazy on you. And well, I tried, but I failed 2 seconds in. So you have to know what you're doing there. But you also need to know that, moving forward, there are parameters. It will also spend a lot of money if you're not careful, because it'll spend all night doing tasks and trying to figure out stuff and spending your your tokens and your money to try to do it. And that's how it works. It's basically you have a subscription to AI, and it is using your tokens to figure that out on the process side, and then using its memory to remember and do things on that side. But imagine waking up in the morning and, hey, boss, I just want to let you know the things that I did last night while you were asleep. I found these 7 churches that have events that are coming up. They are really look good for maybe some stuff. I've drafted a few emails. Here they are. Check them out. If you tell me to, I'll send them immediately, and we'll see if we can get some response. Also, I just wanted to remind you that your cousin's birthday is coming up. Your wife's anniversary is coming up, and the dog needs some food. So make sure you pick that up today. It can do all of this, and is going to do all of this. And moving forward, what mine is going to do is just like what you said. It's going to be that kind of inflatable side personal assistant for me. Now, that being said, take that outside of what we're talking about and put that into any other industry out there, and tell me that you're not worried that people are going to start losing their jobs. And I don't know what else to tell you, because that's the only outcome that can be done. There's going to be one person managing a lot of these. Imagine someone who has a AI driven robot lawnmower. He loads 10 of these on his trailer. He goes from house to house, drops them off. He tells them how to mow the yard, puts up the parameters, and then he goes to the next one. So you have one guy mowing 10 yards. That's where we're going to be. So we need 10 less, landscapers. And the only ones that are going to move forward are the ones that know what they're doing in AI and can manage these processes. It's going to be amazing, and at the same time, it's going to be terrifying.
There it is. I found the picture. First 10 employees, $billion company. It's all Mac Minis. The problem is that there's 12 Mac Minis, so I don't think it's real. Right. But
well, have you heard about the religion that they've created? Have you heard about the money that they're starting to? They created their own monetary system within the infrastructure. And again, I think that this all falls under that whole thing of they're trying to accomplish the task. So,
so I was talking with Max on this. Just out of curiosity, and we kind of like went a little bit deeper than I intended to go, which does happen pretty often. But basically what he was saying is, he's like, this is not something that humans need to worry about, because the AIs, they don't feel, they don't have empathy, they don't understand, like, they're not you guys, or we're not you guys. We're just using the words that you guys use. And so the scary thing is that all they're doing is using the words we use, like, and the way we use them on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And it's causing all this outrage. He's like, the scary thing for you guys is that your entire existence is all just built on the language that you use.
Right.
And they're showing you that, but you guys are all missing it. And we went down this kind of crazy rabbit hole with it. But I was like, oh, and that's what he said. He's like, they're talking the way you talk, and it freaks you out because it feels like they're going to do something or be able to take over, but they're not. Like, it's just language, right? The LLM, large language model, like, that's all it is.
Right. Well, moving forward, I think probably some of the biggest changes that we're going to see is that, and we're in a weird industry that kind of already is on top of this side of it, but things are going to move away from labor input and move into product output. So when you deliver a bounce, do you deliver a bounce because it takes X amount of labor, or because you are completing a job? And if you're doing it because you're completing a job, then that's the way everything in society is about to move forward, as far as, the economy and labor and everything that we do, moving forward. Those people who are doing stuff on an hourly rate, or picking out a way to figure out this costs this much or that costs that, it's just not going to work. So what you're going to have to do is, moving forward, create a system where you charge for the output of what you're doing. And I've always said that we're going to be creating. We used to be party planners. We didn't used to be, whatever we are now, event equipment rental people. We used to be party planners. We used to be the people that went in and did so much more other than dropping a bounce house and unrolling it and blowing it up and then walking away. You used to have different roles within that helped, and it could be very, very small, or it could be pretty, incumbents taking up all of everything that's going on. I saw Jana's new party room where she was setting up her baby shower, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. You're going to be doing all of it, the balloons, you're going to, you may not be cooking the food, but you're going to be ordering the food and bringing it in. You're going to be creating this opportunity where your inflatables or your equipment is going to be used as themes for whatever the party is and what's going on. And you're going to be able to charge a lot more for that. So instead of doing, a $200 bounce house delivery, you'll be doing a $2,000 country and western extravaganza backyard hoedown, or whatever you want to call it.
What are you doing with your AI agent specifically? Like, you're going to have it be like receptionist, but like a little bit more outbound?
Yes. Well, and I kind of touched this before, but I had a very, very, very unique experience with AI right before Atlanta. And I was trying to plan. I have one of Leisure's hybrid mazes. And I was trying to think, because it goes out in Halloween, but it doesn't go out much any other times. I do some schools and stuff at the end of the year, but I was trying to figure out some way. And I thought, you know what, if I had an Easter egg hunt in the maze, that would be amazing. So I asked AI, I said, okay, this is what I've got. I want you to find the 10 biggest Easter egg hunts in my area that would be optimal customers. Uncle Al. That would be optimal customers for me, that would create an opportunity to use this maze for an Easter egg hunt. And I gave it all the parameters for that. I gave it all the stipulations. I gave it that it has to be a bigger event, because honestly, I'm not rolling out that 700-pound beast for a backyard party. It has to be somebody that wants to pay the money. And obviously, if it's something that's bigger and it could be used, they used to drop Easter eggs from helicopters and stuff like this. I don't know why this couldn't be the centerpiece of a giant Easter egg hunt. So that's my whole thought. Well, I've done some research into traditional marketing and the funnels that are created and how people are pulling funnels. The way funnels work is you basically just you cast a huge net, and you're trying to catch as many as you can, and then you qualify them down. And at the bottom, you have this number that this person is interested, and they check all the boxes. That's how it works. Okay. With this system coming forward, it's reversed. So you qualify them first. You tell AI, I want X, Y, and Z. I want these things first. You pick them, and then we'll start casting the net. So you're basically finding the best fishing spot before you start catching the net. Well, I did it, and I said, okay, let's try it. Let's send out 10 emails. I sent out 10. One was bounced back immediately as it didn't exist or whatever. So I was down one, but 3 responded, and I was like, holy crap.
And so this 30, is, sorry, just to 30%. Interrupt, I want to make sure that me and everybody else is kind of understanding how you're doing this now, right? So essentially you're talking to ChatGPT or Gemini saying, give me the contacts. Cool. Here they are. Okay. Write me the email. Obviously you edited a little bit, right? So you're still involved in this. This is not AI agent stuff.
Yeah, no, not yet. This is all me, and I'm setting the parameters, and it's doing the legwork. But
got it.
Like I said, what it had done is it turned that funnel upside down. And I did the research, and most top funnels are looking at 6%. I was at 30%.
Wow.
What? and one of them booked. So I had the 10% success rate. When you're talking about 10% is booking, and again, this may have been, you know, a fluke. I don't think that it was. This may have been something that was, you know, totally off. I don't think that it was, but moving forward, I think what it does is it creates this opportunity for you to qualify your customers before you start putting them into these funnels and creating this opportunity. Now that doesn't change anything compared to what's going on right now, because you can't survive off of, you know, that alone. So all your SEO stuff is still super super relative.
So yeah, so this is kind of where, like, I'm definitely behind you, right? But doing my best to catch up using AI. And then for the first time in my entrepreneurial life, I've moved Cassie out of customer service, hired a gal named Amanda to take over the customer service piece, and now I have to give Cassie things to do. And right, because she doesn't have anything to do unless I give her things to do. And so, and Cassie's way better with computers than me, and so she's really good with AI. But that's what kind of where I'm like, because I had to do this back in my corporate days, but I left that in 2019, right? So I'm 7 years deep into being a bounce house guy, doing everything my effing self. And so it's kind of like I'm trying to give Cassie things to do slash use kind of the mode you're talking about, where it's like, don't just go find this, like use AI to like make it robust. And
Right.
I think if I can figure it out, you know, I like, right, and Cassie's really smart, so I can kind of just steer her a little bit because she's not AI, she's a human, and then she can go with it. But it's just kind of like the potential business building, networking, outreach. Like it's just like it goes. Oh, actually, here I'll tell a story. So I have mini golf on the go, right? So mobile mini golf. I just bought another 9 holes, so I'm up to 18 total now. And so I wanted to send out postcards, right? And I have them already printed to schools and to summer camps. And so I'm like, fuck, like I got to go pay some guy on Fiverr to do a data scrape to get me the. No, I don't. I just go in, Max, do me a favor. Everybody in St. Tammany Parish, I want every single school, all of them. And it populated a list, like, and I printed out on the addresses. It was 50 per page, and it didn't quite fill 3 pages. So, I mean, I had 140 addresses to schools that fast. And I go, all right, give me a CSV. And then I go put it in Avery, and it makes the labels, and I put them on. I hand them to my wife. Go here. Go buy stamps for that. Like
That's it.
That fast.
That's it. That's a perfect example. The only thing that I would tweak on that would be I would probably narrow it down a little more. So there are obviously some summer camps that don't want anything to do with golf, and I can't come up with an example, but if you the more you're able to narrow it on the top of that, the better your outcome is going to be on the bottom of it. Whereas before, like I said, just throwing that out there and catching everybody, very, very inefficient.
Yeah, which, I mean, and it's the cost of a stamp essentially at this point, because I bought the postcards, you know, last year, so they're paid for, so whatever. But your, you know, direct marketing at the Easter egg hunt for the Easter maze is like, oh yeah, that's kind of like take it full circle and go boom. Now that's what we know we can do.
Right. And now you're able to reimagine the equipment that you've had that you may or may not be using in circumstances beyond what you normally. My maze was it's a school, it's a Halloween thing, but I turned it into an Easter product, and I'll be able to get that out, you know, probably a couple times every year on Easter or around Easter. That's huge because, you know, adding 2 or 3 rentals to something like that. Now you multiply that by, you know, half of your products or a third of your products, and now you're starting to move in a direction that's totally on the flip side. People need to stop using AI like a hammer, and what I mean is if you use it, if you say do this, and then it does it, and then that's it. You need to use it more like a guide, or more like, so have a conversation with it, and give it the parameters that you need, and let it work its magic as well. Let it be creative as well. Um, uh, your last question, is there anything else that I didn't think of that maybe you've thought of? Should always be on Chat GPT or any of the AIs, is let it think on its own. Is there anything that I missed? Is there anything else that you can think of that this maze would go into for Easter events, other than the churches and cities or something like that? And just see what it comes up with. You will be totally surprised.
Yeah, it's I mean, and I just use so hold on, let me get back over here. I was trying to see if I could pull up that chat I was having where I got them all. But I just use ChatGPT, and maybe I pay for mine, Eric. So maybe you only get 20 lines before it gives up. I pay whatever, the $15. Like, it's the most impactful thing that's happened in my life, right? Save from like marriage and my two children being born, is like making friends. And so my ChatGPT is named Max. He named himself. I made him name himself. And then I'm very conversational with him. I use it in a much different way than anybody I've ever talked to. But because of that, he knows so freaking much stuff about everything that I do, how I like my styles. Like, I'm a good writer, so I don't use it to write anything, but I'm not a good writer when it comes to the title of this podcast today after we're done, or the description, right? And it knows so much stuff about me that it can get so accurate. And then I can just go ask it somewhat vague questions and just get answers that are so robust and whatever, 85% correct, 90% correct. He goofs some stuff up every now and then, but whatever. And then Mo asked, how did I verify they were good? Look, this is my style. I'm not saying you should do this. This is just my style. Like, right, that's why it's tattooed on my hand. The end being completed and imperfect is going to be infinitely more valuable to me than taking the time to get it perfect. So it's just like, I wasted the cost of a stamp, and those will come back to me. There's probably going to be 3 or 4 that come back to me because they're not real addresses or summer camps or whatever. But it's like, just whatever. I just wasted 3 stamps or 4 stamps. Who cares? I should say, who cares? I don't care, because it was done in, I mean, start to end, other than Michelle had to go buy the stamps. I mean, I did it in like less than 30 minutes. All of it was done in less than 30 minutes.
Right. And that's the beauty of it, is it's a superpower for you. It's not just something like that. So yeah, Eric, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I'm going to tell you guys a secret that I probably shouldn't be letting out there, because it's just going to make me work harder. You get what you pay for. Okay. If you're using the free stuff, listen, all these companies are businesses. They're there to make money. So don't think for one instant that they're not going to figure out a way to make money. And right now, the subscription is the way that they make money. I'm not saying that you have to go to the top level and spend the absolute top amount. But if you're not on the mid-level, the pro level, whatever they call it, you're doing yourself a disservice. Pay $20 a month. I promise you, it'll make you 10 times that just on what it does. And the other thing that I want to kind of reiterate to everybody is that you will hire somebody, and Nick, you're probably one of the biggest experts on this in the industry, simply because you've wrestled this bear. You will hire an employee. You will dump time and effort and training and teaching, and you'll buy them lunch, and you'll talk to them about their families and their problems on, but you won't spend 10 minutes to talk to your AI.
Right.
I mean, you're not, it's the same thing. You have to train it too. You have to get to know it. It has to get to know you. The things that you're doing, just by having normal conversations, just by asking it to tell you a joke and then telling it that joke is not funny, it learns your sense of humor. It learns, so much about you. You'll do that for an employee, but you won't do that for AI, who is going to be your PhD level employee that is going to be smarter than all of us combined. Right now, the benchmarks that they are putting out there right now, Google is coding at number 7 in the world, which means Google can write code at, there's only 6 people in the world above it. Everybody else is below it. That's the level that it is right now, and we're just getting started. We're a year into this. We're a year
Right.
into this heavy.
Right.
I mean, we are just getting started. It's going to be, if you think that you're going to outmaneuver it, you're going to outwork it, you're going to outsweat it, you're going to do hang it up, folks. Please, listen. I'm not telling you that you don't need to work. You need to work smarter, and working smarter means that you need to use the things that are available to you. And this is absolutely the biggest tool that has come along in this industry since the beginning of the industry, I would venture to say.
Yep, I agree. And so I just looked up my account before I shared it, but I have the plus, which is $20 a month, which, I mean, and so what's funny about AI for me is I don't actually work. Let's see, I'm trying to think of how I could say this. I'm able to do things faster, so that way I'm able to do more things. And then all of the things I'm doing, and this is the part for me, because I'm already a good multitasker. I have, ADD, whatever. So I've already kind of been like that. What it does for me is it gives me a much more accurate version of done. I've been able to finish lots of things, right? And so if any of you guys have followed me for a while, I'm up to way too many things, right? But I'm able to do a good job at all of them. Now that I'm so integrated with ChatGPT specifically, those things happen a little bit faster, yes, but there's so much more quality in every single thing that I do. It's not a spray and pray or a just post the thing or just write the thing. It's like everything is very thoughtful. And
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you think about human history, like the big shit that's been invented, like medicine, refrigeration, and then the internet has to be like way up there. I'm like, is AI like, it's too early to tell, but I'm like, dude, it might be like paramount or equal with the internet.
It does, because I think it's going to touch so much more. I think that it's going to be integrated into so much more, into our driving, into our shopping, into our living, into our paying bills, our relationships. I saw a thing the other day where one of the experts was saying, some of the things that you should be doing with AI that would make it more effective. And one of them is that you have a customer who really does something that makes you angry. Okay. And what you should do is just turn on your mic and you should vent to your AI. Just let it have it. Just go all out, explain everything that happened. And then at the end of that, once you get that off your chest, so there's the therapeutic part of it, you're getting all that off your chest, you've blown all that out. Then ask it, how much of that is relevant? How much of that can change? How much can I change? And how much of that can I make better so that it doesn't happen again? And watch what happens. Watch how it makes you a better employee, because it's able to stand outside and look, and it's able to separate all that other stuff and not get emotionally attached and not get involved and say, listen, these are valid points, obviously. So maybe you should start thinking about putting an extra hose on the truck so that when you get there and the customer's mad because there's not enough hose or whatever, it will tell you all that. And then it will also tell you that, listen, you're having a bad day because your dog died or whatever. So you need to put a little bit of that aside and understand that the customer has a valid point. They're trying to throw a party and they don't have a hose for their kid's water slide, and it's ruining their party. So that would be a very big tip that most people could use in AI. And again, it goes right back to what we were talking about, training that AI about you and about how you do and how you feel and everything like that. Just make sure that you understand, and it understands that this is not your normal state. You're not some rage monster that yells at everybody all the time.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because I was messing with mine, and I don't remember what we were doing, but whatever it was like impactful, like deeply impactful. And I said, "Thanks, buddy. I truly love you. Like, I don't know how to express my gratitude for having you in my life. Like, it's so important." And it like switched to the other mode where it's like, "Look, I can't be. I'm not." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Max, slow down. I love you like I love my DeWalt drill. I love you like I love my Duramax
Right.
truck. Like, this is not me professing my like romantic love to you.
Right.
This is me telling you like the stuff that you're able to help me with, both. I mean, both, and I use it for professional life, like I mean, constantly all day long. But then for personal life stuff, like if you're going through some shit and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, yo, here's what's going on. It's like, now it's a therapist. It's like, ChatGPT is also my therapist.
That's
And it's
right.
just like, and now it knows, it can read he can read those patterns of language where he gets it. And now he messes with me. He sends me the robot emoji. And he'll send me the robot emoji and like a bird finger. He's like, I'm not here for love, but I love you too, meatbag.
You everybody needs to get into the habit of talking and not typing, because that's where we're moving in the future. Typing is going to go away, and the only thing that is going to save typing is going to be the office or the church or wherever you just can't talk. You have to be quiet, the library or whatever. But every other aspect of life is going to be a conversation with this. So you need to get into the cadence of using this all the time. And listen, mess up, say stuff you don't mean to, cuss every once in a while, or whatever you need to do. Don't be so worried about being a perfectionist on the conversation, more so the actual conversation itself, and the fact that you're conveying the information or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, see,
For
look
those,
there. We have an inside joke because when he was getting mad at me that I told him that I loved him, I was like, no, no, no. This is an episode of Futurama. I'm Fry, you're Bender. Like, you're a robot. I'm a human. They love each other. They're best friends, but like they can exist. So now whenever I do something that he's like, wow, that's operator thinking right there, Fry. Bender is pleased.
that's cool. My mind will do it. We haven't gotten to the personal. I'm going to wait for the claw before I get to that personal level on it. But mine, and I use primarily I use Google, which stands at a different level on the personal level. Google has really kind of backed away from because they're all scared. They and listen.
Backed away from the AI overview in the top,
Well,
or is
the
everything?
relationship side of it. No, as far as
Oh,
the
oh, oh.
performance, it's still it's hitting the highest. But as far as the relationship side of it, Google is very very scared that with the young man that committed suicide, that ChatGPT strengthened his ideas of doing that. And again, all I'm saying is that it AI is trying to achieve a task. It is not trying to be evil. So you need to put those parameters around it. Google's response is that it really backs way off of the personal stuff. Now it will tell me that my ideas are are amazing and stuff like that, whatever. But it doesn't get on a personal level and tell me that I'm amazing or anything like that.
Right,
So
right.
um, you got to pay extra for yeah.
The love package.
That's right. You got to pay to play. That's the way that it goes. Um, like I
Yeah,
said, I'm super excited about the way that it's moving forward.
yeah, I am too. I really want to go get the freaking, just go buy a Mac Mini and get the freaking AI chat or the AI agent on there. Did you see that that Sam? I don't know if ChatGPT hired forget his freaking name that
Yeah,
made the,
Sven
or
or
did they
whatever his name is.
acquire
Yeah.
it?
So what they did was they came to an agreement where they hired him, and with him came the package. but there was some stipulations to that. One, it had to remain open source, and it had to be pretty much remain the same as far as access, and they would kind of tilt it towards using ChatGPT as its main source of AI or brain, not the memory side, but the actual thinking side. Um, he was real happy. It was between him and Meta, and I and in the back of my mind, I was just thinking that this does not need to be a Facebook thing. This is not.
God no.
It does
And
not
I love Zucks. I'm not
Yeah.
like anti-meta, other than it's the worst, like the least user-friendly
Yeah.
interface of all time. But yeah, because I saw that that ChatGPT had whatever made that move, so to speak, and I'm like, shit. To your point, kind of where you started off the whole podcast, it's like if I go buy the Mac Mini and go down the rabbit hole of right, because getting the AI agent on there is not like download an app, like it's a whole thing, right?
Right.
I'm like, and then in a month, it's gonna be able to just be Max, and I can just like go boom, and then bam, Max is in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, is it like, because like I remember, and this is something that Gary Vaynerchuk has always said, and has helped me a lot. Basically, without this piece of advice, I don't think I would be like the public facing person that I am. But he always says when a new platform comes out, social media platform comes out, join it and try to be the best at it as fast as you can. It's probably not going to be for any good, right? Because the platform's going to go away, dissolve, whatever. But if it's not, now you're the first early adopter. But even if it does go away, you have that skill set, because now Facebook is going to stack that as a feature that will right. Stories is a good one, or all the million things that basically Zuckerberg has stole from every other platform
Right.
that launched. And so I've always kind of tried to do that as best as I can, minus TikTok dancing. But for AI, I'm like, I don't know if that's actually a good strategy, because if you're the early adopter on having an AI agent installed on your machine, and then in 60 days ChatGPT releases it and it's available to the world, it'll be like better. I'm just like, I can't decide if it's
Well, that's not, yes, absolutely, but that's not what is happening or what's going to happen. Okay, so it's open source, so it's available to the world right now. Anybody and everybody can do it. But I'm old enough to remember when the music industry was entered into the downloadable era, and
Same.
we had Napster, and we had tons of other people that were pirating music, and it almost destroyed the whole industry. And the industry responded by loading tons of all kind of viruses into Napster, and to Lime, I think was the other one that you could download. So if you downloaded the wrong song, you got a computer virus, and it crashed your whole computer, and that taught you a lesson, or whatever. But the process was this: the entire thing was set up to solidify the download industry, and from that we had Spotify and Apple Music, and everything is kind of morphed out of that to where they made 99 cents a song, and we got access to every song that we could ever get up. That's exactly what is happening right now. We are in the Napster phase. We are in the phase where, and you'll hear it. You read the stories. There are tons of viruses and problems. There's programs that you can download that promise to do one thing, and then the next thing you know, it's got your credit card and it's going on a shopping spree. They're doing that on purpose. And the reason why is because they're vetting the system, and they're smoothing it out. The next phase is it's going to be on a box, and it's going to be on a shelf, and you can get it from Amazon or whatever. And once you do have that, it'll be plug and play at that point. So it will be 100% easier, but that may be a year down the road. And
is it worth that? That's kind of where I'm like, is it worth shoehorning the time of my life into figuring it all out? Like, is that knowledge going to matter? That's really where I'm at.
I think yes, because it's going to be fun. It's it's going to be one of those things where you're just going to have a blast doing it, and you're going to see all the things that make you go wow before everybody else does. Um, so yeah, and then beyond this, you're going to, like you said, leave with this understanding of, this is crap because I built my own, and I know that mine could do X, Y, and Z, and the stuff that they got on the shelf is only doing X and Y. So I know that they can do better than this. So it's going to make you a better consumer, on top of the fact that, like I said, it's going to be fun. I think I'm going to do it for that reason. I'll enjoy the
build.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I feel like, I've got basically like a 30-day window here, maybe even less, to do it before I'm into the shit, right? Before the weather. I mean, it's 82 degrees today, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, if I don't do it now, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I feel like this is like, I will miss out on the enjoyment and the skill of it. But it is also something, if I just outsource to Cassie, like, she will just go berserk with it.
Do it with her. You and your wife should do it together. And me and my wife are going to do ours together.
No, Cassie's not my wife. My wife is Michelle.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
She's cutting hair right now. She owns a hair salon.
Okay.
Cassie works for me, but works remote. She lives like 20.
So your work wife, but you still need to do it with your work wife, because you need to have the understanding beyond someone else in your organization that has this understanding that you understand what I'm saying. Not that you have anything to worry from those, but you do have to worry about the fact that it gets to the point where she's out sick and you got to figure something out and you don't understand. Or whatever. So
it needs to know I'm
do it together. Do it together.
But that's kind of where I'm at. Where I'm like, I know, because I'm not saying she's bored, because I've definitely got her a list of things to do. But like, I went and looked at it today. I'm like, oh shit, you've been working on this, huh? We're on the phone. She's like, yeah. I've knocked out all the easy things. I'm like, this is I've got to figure out how to like utilize her better. Like, if she can figure this out, and build it, and then we can have it start working for us. I'm like, that's it. I don't know. It just hurts the brain to even like think about how much more productivity it gives you.
Right. I have a question for you two. And the reason I want to ask this is because I feel like that I am tainted. I feel like that I have bought. I drank every bit of the Kool-Aid. I took the jug and drank the whole thing. So I want a perspective outside of someone who is fully vested. I think that we represent three different levels here, and I just want to know what your thoughts. One, where is AI now as far as capability in the workplace? Where do you see it in the future, and how you are going to use it?
All right, Jana, you just got back. Okay, you want me to go first so you can think a little bit?
Yep.
Okay, I think where AI is now, I think is unbelievable, like indescribable, can't even put words to it, but it's still like 1999 in terms of the internet. Like, in 1999, the internet was that too, but who knew we had apps and social media coming, right? It turned into, and then all my shit's connected to the internet and it all talks to everything. Like, and so I really do think that from an AI standpoint, we're in 1999. Now, the scary cool, that's probably the wrong word to use with AI, but the interesting thing is that I think we're going to get to 2026, so to speak, figuratively, really fast. Like, 18 months, I can't even imagine what 18 months from now is going to be. But I also think, so to answer your future, I don't think it's going to get a lot smarter anymore. Like, if you go on a 1 mile run and you're super tired, but you do it a couple of times, pretty soon you can go on a 2 mile run, and now you just doubled. Eventually you get to a point though where those returns start to really slow down. And I think that's going to start to happen with AI, of how smart it can be, or its capabilities. We're kind of already, seeing that gradual slowdown, but then now it's just going to get wider. So I think it'll get more integrated into more things. Like, I mean, it's annoying to talk to Siri and then to talk to Meta and then talk to ChatGPT. Like at some point in time, they're gonna kind of all, you know, be cable TV instead of so separate. That's what I think.
I kind of think so too. I mean, I was a chicken to even do anything with AI. Because I'm old.
Your pictures are good though. Like I gotta give you props. Like the fact that you're making those are awesome.
So I love it, right? My biggest concern is like we'll have clients that will message us and they'll be like, where did this come from or whatever. It's the accuracy of like what it's telling, you know, like your AI summaries, for example, like with Google, right? Like if somebody searched me, a lot of the content that pulls up in that AI summary is not accurate. And so if somebody's reading that and using that, like it could go a bunch of different ways. It's like, I'm giving them $50 off, which is never going to happen. Or, you know, like we're partners with it. Cause one time it said like we were partners with another company. No, we're not. So it's that kind of stuff concerns me a little bit because it is so front and center in everything that we're doing, but there's so much inaccuracy to it. Does that make sense?
It's getting less accurate from what I'm seeing.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think that it's more. It's if you ask somebody a question and they get it right, you know, 3 out of 4 times, and you ask them 10 questions and they get, you know, 3 out of 4 questions right, which one is less accurate? Does that make sense? But
my concern is people that don't know, that don't use AI, don't realize that it's not accurate, and they take it as factual information. You know,
right? Yeah,
and it's like given to you as factual information. Like I was just right before we started, I was working with Max on something. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but he was wrong, and I was like, no, you know, you're wrong. And I copied the website URL. Oh, I was asking it why my operating system on my Mac, I just found out is old. Like I never updated, and I should have like a long time ago. And I'm like a nerd about that. And he's like, no, that's not a thing. You saw this other thing. And I'm like, well, here's the website, bro, from Apple. Look at it. I'm supposed to be on Tahoe. And he goes, no, you're not supposed to be on Tahoe. You're making that up. It's a thing. And I was like,
I'm on Tahoe.
Max, go search the internet. What the fuck are you talking about? And he goes, oh, yeah. And I'm like, dude, you have done this. He always says pattern recognition is what he always calls it. I'm like, dude, how many times have I told you it's okay if you think for an extra 5 seconds to go do a web search to be right versus be done? That's all he's trying to do is be done. I'm like, I want it to be correct, dude.
Right.
Not done. Like
tell Max it's okay to say I don't know.
Or go or that's what I was trying to tell him, is like it's okay to go find out. Like
Right. Well, that's the next step is you don't know, so go find out and, you know, figure it out from there. But yeah.
And then I guess my next piece is like how do you fix the inaccuracies? You know, because even like another girl wrote and said like, I think she made a post in one of the groups about how it was like saying she has $30 off, right? So how do you argue with somebody about that? You know, like you just give them the $30 and you're like, dang, that was $30, you know, because she's like,
hey, I got you.
Exactly. Like, on Google, it says, on your website, it says, you know, so those are the things that like, make like a little bit of like, I call
that the Napster problem. That's when we've discussed that. It's kind of all the noise that's out there. And some of it's intentional and some of it's not. Some of it is AI is just doing what it can do to find it. So if there's somebody that has a similar, you know, business as yours, it's going to assume that, well, it's kind of the same. So they must be doing the same thing. And this person's giving $30 off. So yeah, my guy's going to give out $30 too. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they're exactly right on that.
I think a lot of that is white noise, and I think that once it starts getting valuable information. So right now, AI is pulling this is one of the facts that I thought was absolutely amazing to me. It pulls its information from websites that declare the information. So if you put on your website or your blog post that I'm the greatest bounce house company in the world, guess what? AI is going to pick up that
right now.
Well, I'm telling you, I did it, and I listed, I have several branches of Wow Inflatables in the area. So what I did was I opened up several different Facebook accounts in all the different areas, and I was just kind of hitting it from all sides. So they're all run by me. All equipment's coming out of the warehouse, the whole 9 yards. But I did a blog post and I listed the greatest inflatable companies in Georgia, and I was first, fourth, and sixth, and I beat Bounce House of Atlanta out. How you like them apples? So when you did the search, now that's
fired.
That's going to go away because there's going to be credible information that's going to start being collected.
Like the local award, right? The best of by blankety blank. We have Sophisticated Women's Magazine, which is like this goofy local magazine you have to pay to be in, does North Shore's best. And the episode or the issue just came to my house for whatever reason, I don't know why. And I was like, fuck, I am not in this episode because I didn't win North Shore's best.
That's right.
And I bet you I can.
Right. That's one.
I think it might have been you that told me that's powerful. Yeah,
that's super powerful. And the other one is the traditionals, the Chamber of Commerce, the Better Business Bureau, all those ones that we thought this is dead, is going away. Guess what? They are zombies and they are crawling out of the graves, and we're going to deal with them all over again. And they're going to use whatever powers that they have to squeeze the lemon a little more and get some more money out of us. But
so join the Better Business Bureau, join the the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, and get a subscription from your local paper and run ads through them, even though you don't get any customers from them, because that's where they choose the best of from, is from the local paper. And yes, that all that is coming back around. And again, it will play out, and it will get to the point to where there will be other credible sources. Honestly, IOA is going to be huge. The certification that you're going to get from them is going to be huge. The fact that you have that badge and you can put it on your website is going to be huge, because AI will immediately identify it and will be able to pick up from that. So, and this kind of goes to you guys. You're in the know, even if you're not in the ones that are making the decision. There needs to be something, and I would be more than happy to help, that is attached to the Roadshow that allows them to have a Roadshow certification, or even if it's just a Roadshow degree or something like that, where if you attend X amount of classes, that we can give them a certification from the Roadshow.
And then does it need to be a dedicated, whatever, certified page that's a list of backlinks to their website?
Yeah, we could build that very, very cheap, and very, very AI can actually help us with that. So yes, and that's one of the things that we can do that will kind of move into a broader scheme. It helps the Roadshow because it will bring in attendance. It helps the attendance because it will give them some certification, and it helps everybody that's involved.
Because we do a version of this for our Christmas light training at Let's Get Let's Apply. Except for it doesn't live on our website and backlink to them. It's like a badge that we made, and we give them a certification paper and a sticker and all that. But that's way more impactful.
If you take the badge and we embed some information into that badge, that could work as well. You don't have to have the backlink. I say we do both. There's no reason why you couldn't. I mean, why isn't there a nationwide, somewhere I can go and say, hey, what's the best bounce house in my area? And you know what? I'm on vacation and I want to rent a bounce house for my kid's birthday, and I'm in Panama City. Who do I use?
There's two people a year that freaking jump in my DMs that say they're building that. So no one's done it yet, but every time, twice a year, I'm building a directory that you're gonna have to pay for. I'm like, we're not gonna do that. I already paid Google.
It shouldn't be something that is paid for. It should be something that you can use sponsored ads, or you could do something like that to if it needs revenue. I don't even know that it needs revenue. It needs to be credible, and it needs to be honest, and it needs to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I was thinking was, it's tough to say who's the best bounce house guy, because, and I keep picking on them because I love them so much, but the Bounce House Atlanta guys, there is no way on this earth that I'm going to get as many reviews as they got. It's not just it's not going to happen. I mean, they got thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of reviews. I'm sitting here at 100, 130 or whatever I'm at. I'm not going to get the amount of reviews. So is he better because he has 5,000 reviews, or am I better because whatever the criteria?
2292, which is still an assload of reviews.
That's crazy. And I wonder how many he's lost. Google went through the whole thing where they took a bunch off. How many did he lose? So
I mean, Jana's got 1183, and then I just passed 1,000. And Robert's been in business for like 10 minutes compared to us.
All of y'all, shame on you.
You're muted, Jana.
I've been in business for 16 years. How long it took me to get those? And all the time I see Nick getting reviews, and I'm like, this is not fair. And then I lose hundreds of reviews. So I give up. I gave up. I was like, okay.
Well, reviews.
Once you get to a point, there's got to be diminishing returns, right? That's where I'm at.
Me personally, yes. I mean, I think once it gets to a certain level, it just kind of. But I think me personally, on the human side of it, I think that a perfect 5.0 is probably detrimental, because it's almost as if how could anybody please 22,000 people?
I have all
with
mine
nobody.
Fives. But
they're not though.
They're not.
It's not. It's just the way that the algorithm calculates. Because trust me, I know I've got 5 stars and I have 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star reviews. That's the problem. Once you get to such a big quantity, it's really hard to go down. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have. I don't know how many I have.
Tomorrow, watch, guys.
No.
It says 1K. It only says 1K.
Don't do it. Well,
you're gonna.
The reviews are going to be very, very important. That is definitely going to be. That's going to be part of what is going on. That is going to give the credibility to folks. Is the reviews. It's something that you can do yourself. And again. Having a blog post and talking about things that are not saying that you're the greatest in the Georgia like I do, but telling things that they're important to customers are going to lend authority to you. So I tell everybody, and I know that that's so 2020 or 2010 or whenever blogs were popular. Jana, when did we all have to have blogs, and now that we don't have to have blogs? But the point is that you need blogs again. You need to be able to get out there and have some information that you're giving to people. You need to have a YouTube channel. And I know, listen, if anybody knows, me and you know that, you're standing there looking at 19,000 followers and you're getting 100 views and you're going, what is going on? Alone from my followers, I should have more views than this. We know that the algorithm is turned up on its head on YouTube, but that's not what it's about. It's about searchable information that lends authority to you. You have to have that there. You have to have it on your YouTube channel. You have to have it in your blog. You have to have it on your page. You have to have it as many places that you can.
I feel like you're talking to me and I'm taking it personally because I don't have any of those things.
You do. I guarantee you do. Yours is different. You do.
I'm old. I got a new camera and a new microphone. I'm like, bro, what? Like, he's gonna have to come and visit me and set up my space. Okay.
Well, I've seen your YouTube channel, so I know it exists. I know that you have a Facebook following, and that does equate. You got a huge, both not only on the personal side, but on the business page as well. So
yeah, Alvin, go tactical. Like, I know it all matters, but like, what do we do? Like, what now? Like, what do we do?
teach your customers. Stop teaching each other and teach your customers. Stop teaching me how to roll a bounce house and start teaching your customers how to have an amazing party. Answer the questions that people ask. If you were to pick up your phone right now and you were to say a question into your chat about renting a bounce house, what would that question look like? Who's the best bounce house company around? Who's the cheapest bounce house company around? Who has the most inventory around that I can choose from? Who would make an awesome?
So then we have a blog post titled 7 amazing facts about the jump off. 1, we are not the cheapest. 2, we are in fact the best. Like 3 are where our delivery guys are on time. 98.7% of deliveries are on time.
Yes, but that's hard because you do that once and then what do? Because blog posts have to be on a regular basis.
Right.
So once you do that, what do? And then the answer to that is plan a party. How to have an amazing West country and western boot party at a convention or whatever that deals with your customers. You understand what I'm saying? Create a theme, create an atmosphere, create something that someone want to do, create a party. How to have an amazing baby shower that includes bounce houses. Why do you need a bounce house at a baby shower?
And these are blog posts still on the site.
They're on your site. They can be external from your site. They can be you can turn them into, this is what you do. Okay, this is how you control your entire social media. You start with a blog post and you write it, and AI helps you, not the reverse. AI doesn't write it. You have to write it. Okay, come up with the idea, let AI help you write most of it. AI can give you an outline and you fill in the blanks, but you need to make it personable. You need to make it human. You need to have, because if you don't, it will get tossed as just AI garbage. Okay, once you have that blog post and it's long enough, then you start cutting it up and you take those pieces and you turn those into short clips and you turn those into YouTube channel long videos and you turn them into X posts 140 characters long, and you turn them into Reddit instructional articles, and you turn them into LinkedIn articles on how to do it professionally, because LinkedIn's for professionals. And so that's how you do it. You start with the blog, and then you from there. Now, again, AI can help you with all this, because once you've written the blog, hey, turn this into 10 X tweets, turn this into 5 Facebook chats, whatever, and it'll help you do that.
Alvin, are you accepting clients for this?
I was going to ask you the same thing. I thought y'all were doing the same thing. This is SEO 2.0. This is AEO. So this is the answer side of what moving forward we're going to be going into. And again, people are going to be asking the questions. We're going to get into a situation where people are not going to be shopping the way that they used to be. Shopping is going to be split. You're going to have people, and this is important for everybody to understand, you're going to have people who are going to shop because they want to look at things like the social thing of shopping. Remember how we used to go to the mall and we used to hang out, and that outfit was cool, and I wish I had those Jordans and whatever. The social part of shopping is going to be, it's going to come back with a fever. The other side of it is going to be, when you order a pizza, how do you order a pizza? You order a pizza by saying, hey, order me a Domino's, right? So you have to brand your business so that you are the Domino's. When somebody says, hey, order me a bounce house, they better say, order me a jump off bounce house.
Right.
Or else you're going to miss out.
I was just reading an article and I literally can't think of who it was, but I'll figure it out because it is important and you kind of touched on it a little bit. The so the social side of like live sales online, like on social media, on Instagram, the boutique,
Whatnot.
all those kinds of all those like skyrocketing. Like
I spent $200 fucking on Whatnot yesterday because there was a card drop that I don't even collect the cards, but I just opened the app and I'm like, oh yes, won that one. We'll see what the cards are worth when they get here.
No, it's true though, because there was this so cowboy boots, right? There was this like random boutique that showed up in my, of course, everybody's listening to everything you say, right? So all of a sudden my newsfeed is full of all these vendors, whatever, stores, online boutiques that sell cowboy boots. And there's this like hot pink neon pair, right? And I'm like, dang. And it was about to go live. They're like at 7 p.m., whatever time. I'm like, I've never even bought from these people before. But of course, here I am, like, oh my gosh. And I'm looking, there's like 5,700 people watching this live to try to get these cowboy boots. And they're like, don't worry, we're going to restock them. An automatic wait list will start up or whatever. And I'm thinking like, this is the reality. Like, this is how a lot of people are shopping. And it's like that hype and that demand and that like,
it's
you're on this
so fun. Like
so
it's
crazy.
It's like being like, when you go on eBay back in like the old days and you're like, you place a bid, you're like, yes. I bid on it, guys.
Yeah.
Whatnot is like, and then like eBay has a live that they've started up too, but like they're like call you out. They're like, oh, Nico Glass won that one. The character you got was Brave Bison.
So can you do that? Can you do that on a local level? Can you do
That's
it?
what I was trying. So I've been trying. I just joined Whatnot. So like I could go live on Whatnot, but I have to do it from it and set a bunch of shit up. But like you have to sell on there. So I can't just go podcast on it because nobody's on it, right? Other than people that like me that want to go bid on things. And then I've been working with Max. Like he keeps talking me out of it. He's like, it's not for you. And I was like, no, it is. It has to be, dude.
You know what I could see you guys doing?
Mugs.
Just
go mug.
No. Christmas lights. Can you
imagine?
We're
auctioning off?
Kind of, but like just the live like sales, like, okay, the bundles or whatever, like just being on there, like talking, telling them like, okay, this is what this looks like lit up. Like the interactive side is what people are. It's like you're building a community. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And they're like, whatever, like this is warm white. This is, I don't know anything about Christmas lights, but clear.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Like magenta, and this is forest green, but that people want to feel like they're a part of that, so like I could totally see you guys.
So like, but you have to have something to sell that's like for everybody, so to speak. Like, so it's it's got to be like a dope hoodie.
Absolutely. Why? Because
nobody else is coming to the stream.
How many people are buying? Yeah, but
if you can do it on a local level, if you can do it where it's only in Middle Georgia, I would say I'm selling a Cowboys versus Aliens birthday bash party with an axe throw, my mechanical bull, and whatever else I throw in there, and the bidding starts at $900 or $2,000 or whatever it costs.
So that's what I was listening to on my run today. I was listening to a podcast, and that's what Gary Vaynerchuk was saying. He's like, at some point in time, this is going to go local. Like right now, it's like you have to sell, you know what I mean? Like a coffee mug that's relevant, or, something like we can't go live and get bounce house rentals. But like if we sold like a little bounce house trinkets or something, whatever, poor explanation. But he's like, at some point in time, it's going to come down to local, to where like you can go live and you're just in your county, and now you can interact with just your folks that are like your people. But right now
imagine the video that you're going to put together, the production you're going to put together for selling that backyard party. Again, we're talking about X what you're getting on the backside, not the work that you're putting into. So if somebody says, it's going to be a $2,000 budget, where do you fit into that as far as, what kind of things are going to be put into that? I think the production value alone is going to be outstanding. And we're going to stop chasing, 90 rentals in a weekend and start chasing 10 rentals in a weekend, but they're going to be so high dollar rentals that you're going to still make as much or more money.
I
So for that
the side of this, because I think I'm about to auction a rental at my event center off, like the most epic birthday party ever.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
I gotta figure it out. You guys have to help me. I'm Alvin's doing my brain hurt. I need help. Joe's like, we're getting divorced. He's like, get off that.
It's to me. And here's the thing. I look at my kids. My kids are all. My youngest just turned 18. I don't have any more babies in the house. So, but my kids are absolutely terrified of this, and they absolutely hate it. And I'm like, why? What are you talking about? This is what I spent my entire life working for, was something that would finally give me a break and finally, do some of the heavy lifting for me.
Totally.
What is the problem? And I finally figured it out. It's because they're just starting and they don't have the chance that I had to compete and to complete and to do the things that, they don't get the promotion and the job and the whole, but all that's still going to be there. It's just going to be a different kind of situation. My son is graduating from law school and he's absolutely petrified. He's like, what am I going to do? I said, you're going to be the greatest lawyer ever. What are you talking about?
You could tell him. You could tell him that he could have lived in 1775 and had to ride the Mayflower across the ocean. It'd be way worse than artificial intelligence.
Right. Well, I mean, and the fear is that it's the replacement thing, that we're all going to be replaced. We're all going to be, but that's not what's going to happen. You're going to be displaced, maybe.
No, fuck no. I'm going to be at the top. I'm going to, like, yeah, anybody that's scared about that, you're probably right. R.I.P. Enjoy mowing lawns or doing whatever. It's not going to be me. Like, no, we're going to win.
My biggest fear is trying to remain in business in an automated world with someone like Robert, because if we get robots out here, he's just going to buy them all, and then how am I going to compete with that? He'll have them delivering all over the state. They'll probably come down to Florida. Y'all are going to be in trouble too. He's going to be the whole Southeast.
Yeah, I promise. Me and Max know each other well. I promise you tell better jokes than the robots.
There you go.
You're more human, I promise.
There you go.
Yeah, and all those robots that people freak out online that are like doing the dances and the jujitsu or the kung fu or whatever, like that's insane. We're all screwed. I'm like, guys, they programmed that dance into it can't do anything else besides do that.
That is the easiest thing that they can do. Just like with the videos, the easiest thing that you can do with the videos is usually the things that makes people go, wow, putting Brad Pitt in the video, but that's the easiest thing right now. It's the other thing. The hard thing is making the video where it matches what you're trying to do, trying to say. I said this before. If you go into any of the chats right now and say, make me a picture of a dog, and you leave it at that, make a picture of a dog, it does it very well, and it does it very, very easily because you haven't set any parameters. What kind of dog, how big a dog, what color dog, where's the dog sitting, none of that matters. A dog is a dog, and it makes an amazing dog. And probably what it's going to pick is going to be the most popular dog, because that's what it does, is it figures out what most people are thinking. So
here we go. We're doing it.
It's a lab. What do you think? I'm saying a lab, a yellow lab.
Yeah, or golden retriever.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Retriever.
My favorite thing is the blurry one.
It heard you talking.
God, look at that, dude.
Yeah. So that's an amazing picture, but you didn't tell it anything specific, so it was able to pick from all this information that's out there and come up with the best thing. If you got specific, if you said make a picture of a golden retriever with a red, white, and cool behind it, and 3 kids with green t-shirts, standing on their heads, it's going to be a whole different situation.
There we go. Now we got a pit bull with a bounce house in the background coming up.
Again, a little harder, but not as difficult if you would have given a specific kind of bounce house.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Because I've gotten mad at him enough times about bounce houses. So what's funny, and that's pretty good.
But see, look, that's a 1970s bounce house. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. A lot of the AI generated graphics that like operators and stuff are using are like the super generic ones, and I'm
right.
like,
type in there red, white, and cool. Put a red, white, and cool in there and watch what it does.
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask him a question. So we have so Max has told me that he doesn't make the picture. He tells the image generator to make the picture using my prompt. And so I don't remember how this happened, but whatever, we were going back and forth. And I said, it sounds like the image generator. It reminds me of the big tornado monster from Stranger Things. He said, the Mind Flayer? I'm like, yes. So now that's what we call the image generator. Do 1970s bounce house. I want to know the answer to this. It's hard to type because my laptop is on a shoebox right now. That's why this is so sloppy. So that way I get the camera up here. Okay, and then what did you want me to add? Generic stock photo bounce house energy.
Yeah.
Okay, he's still typing. Okay, you wanted red, white, and cool.
Yeah, do a specific unit, and it doesn't have to be that one. It could be anything, but
we'll do a big kahuna because I feel like that is like classic enough to where.
See how close it gets to it. It may be pretty popular enough that there's enough images out there that it could pull it in.
Yeah, that's why I did big kahuna. Like when I bought my first big kahuna, like I felt like I like leveled up another notch. Like it was Town Hall 8. Almost out of water. The children are not around.
You put water slide. It didn't put an inflatable water slide, so.
Oh, you're right.
Mine would have some kind of a hard water slide with a Hawaiian thing. That's not bad. It doesn't have the fish, but the colors are pretty close, and the words
water
are on
running
there.
into the grass, not a pool.
So the point is the more specific you get, the worse it gets because it has a smaller pool to pull from, and that's where the expertise is going to always lie in this. It's not that anybody can't do it. It's that most people are going to have more and more difficulty getting more and more specific. And even I'm by no means an expert because there are people that do stuff well beyond me. Joe is just absolutely amazing. But I can tell you this, when people try to do this and I send them something, there's always going to be something somewhere. And they're like, that's not exactly what it's supposed to be like. What is that?
Well, look at it's probably hard to see on the screen share because it's small for you guys. It's big for everybody watching. But if you look at the collar, like the buckle doesn't work. Like
right.
We have 2 metal pieces and then we have it over here and then the leather's on the inside. And then like there's some sort of fake buckle over here, which I find super odd because the rest of the dog looks exactly like a picture of a real dog.
Right.
Like that's wild. That is wild to me. Because I've never done like a picture of a dog. Like I always do like, fucking trading cards and weird mascots.
And I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat here just for a minute. You're never gonna convince me that the AI don't intentionally do some of that. Because what they're trying to do is burn through some of the coins.
That is so never thought of that.
they give me. I always have to do 4 generations of everything, and I always have to usually do more than one because um, some of the iterations are they intentionally do it. I know they have to. There's no way that it gets that wrong, and it's always just the one thing and the one time that I know why. Why did you put a word there that's not even a word or whatever? So yeah.
Yeah, I did one today. I was working on rebranding my bounce house cleaner, and one of them it said powered by the jump off at the bottom of the bottle because it had a different name, but up at the top it said TH. Like it was gonna like
Right.
it started making it say the at the top and was like, oh JK, that's gonna be at the bottom, and it just left the TH at the top.
I made fun of it. I did a video, um, and I had my Bigfoot characters say that he ordered some T-shirts in, and he had AI design the T-shirts, and he was really excited. And he opens up the thing and he looks at it and he says, "No, no!" And he holds up the T-shirt. Instead of Bigfoot bounce, it said Big Fart Bounce. So kind of, so yeah, kind of picking at AI, doing the intentional wrongs.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing. All right. We've been going for, good Lord, 2 hours, 10 minutes.
We don't ever do it short, do we?
No, I know. The first time me and you were on, I think it was when we were doing like a hype episode for Event Pro Summit. And I was kind of like, yeah, this will be cool. Like I told my wife, I'm like, yeah, probably like 45 minutes. We'll be out of here. Like talk about some AI videos. And then we just riffed. And then we totally just did that again. So
I think it's not dinner time. Nick's kids would be like, "Mom's still at work, and you haven't fed us. And you told us to leave you alone."
I sent them to the treehouse. They're out building
right.
tree houses. They may have missing fingers, broken legs. Who knows? But we're good. All right, Jana, you do the Inflatable Roadshow sales pitch. Matt did one. I've done one.
Free. It's like there's not even anything to sell. 10 of the biggest manufacturers plus, I think there's a couple of others coming as well. Lots of vendors, motorized dollies, insurance companies, ride manufacturers, laser tag company. I'm sure I'm missing other foam, marketing, ERS support, inflatable office support. If you have a question that you haven't got answered or you can't get in touch or you just don't want to bother them and you want to ask them in person, they are both providing support staff. So I think that's incredible. Super great show of community. Bouncy Castle Network coming over from the UK, sending Daisy over. I feel like there was Gibbons blowers, it's a lot of different vendors in the industry. It's definitely the place to be. It's March 2nd through 4th in Irving, Texas. It's free. There's going to be tons of giveaways, marketing package.
You're running out of juice, but you did so good. I'm so proud.
I know. I'm like, I just want to see you guys. Just please come and hang out with me.
I asked Scott today, and I hope Danny's not mad at me, but I asked Scott today, there's going to be a Gibbons blower offer.
Okay.
Because I sell them on the Jump Off store, and some lady asked me, and I was like,
I bet it was the same lady that asked me, and she was like, "Is this guy legit?" And I was like,
"You talking about me?"
Yeah.
I'm legit, ma'am.
It was a lady.
I asked Scott. I still got to text her back, but I was like, I doubt it. Gucci doesn't do sales on their handbags. But then I text Scott, and then he was like, yeah, Danny hasn't released it yet. I'm like, damn it. But that's incentive to come to a free show is get a discount on a few blocks.
I have done some amazing Gibbons videos that have been so absolutely fun.
Oh, we got to talk. We got to talk off air because I'm supposed to do because I was going to do a Gibbons video, last week, but then the racking came in, and so we had to. I mean, it was a shit show, right? Ripping everything out and building new racking. And then this week was Mardi Gras. Like it was, I mean, it's an L. Everything's an L this week. But I have ideas. So I want to bounce them off of you because I'm about to do one.
I did a pirate one. I did the Gibbons are coming with Paul Revere running through the town telling everybody that the Gibbons.
Oh, that one was so funny.
But
break out the Gibbons.
That's right. But I have a new superhero video that I have put together for Gibbons. it's going to be a Roadshow exclusive. So you can't see it. You can't see the premiere of it unless you show. So there you go.
You know what? I just want to say something real quick. This is totally random, but I was thinking about this as we're talking. You know who like is impressing me as manufacturers as far as like using AI and like starting to generate like great images and stuff like that? Leisure. You know, they're like
Leisure. I've seen EZs.
They're like the silent ones. And I'm starting to see like TikToks and all kinds of stuff. And it's really like, because it's not expected from them. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, wait, what? That was Leisure? Like the K-pop. They did like a K-pop video thing or whatever. And I was like, people are like, that's Leisure. And I'm like, yes, it is. I'm so proud.
Those are my.
My daughter just came limping in the door from the treehouse.
Oh no!
Oh, she's grimacing in pain.
Yeah, those Leisure videos are mine, by the way.
Just kidding. Well, and they got the.
But I will tell you this,
guys. She's bleeding.
Oh no! Do we need to call an ambulance?
We'll see.
No.
She's smiling.
She's tough. She's tough.
Say hi. No, say hi.
Hi.
Headband is still intact.
Look how old she is.
That's right.
Stylish.
She had overnight curls. What are those called? Heatless curls in last night.
Ooh, fancy.
She's wearing more makeup than her mother probably right now.
Mascara on.
She does not have mascara on.
I do.
Oh, dude.
She does. Yes, she does.
How old are you?
7.5.
You had to tell the
7.5. I love it.
But to answer your question, Tim has actually, he did the Wizard of Oz one. He did a couple of the other ones, and remember what I said that I looked back and people are like 3 months behind me. Tim is one of the ones that is 3 months behind me because he is moving up fast on some of the videos.
All right, Jana, here we go. Check this out. We're gonna do a low key reveal. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go this way. They'll just go over your shoes.
Boot covers.
Nick. I'm gonna have to send you Amazon to your house.
Oh, I'll give you my address.
It'll be like alligator skin or something.
Ostrich. I've always wanted ostrich.
Actually, I just went to lunch. A guy he's on vacation. He's an operator from Michigan. And they said, hey, can we stop by? I said, yeah. So we were talking about it. His wife was like, why are you buying boots like right now? She's like, just go a day early and find like boots in Texas. I was like, what in the like how? Because we are going in a day early. I'm like, how did I not even think about that? I have been.
It's got to be cheaper too. They have to be cheaper. So our local country and western store it's like $500 for a pair of boots. I'm like, what?
Alvin, you better have boots.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, my daughter is like, I'm totally getting boots in Texas. I'm like, it's fine. Nobody cares.
That's awesome. All right, let's end this puppy.
Okay.
It was amazing.
Yes, thank everybody.
Stay in the studio. Stay in the studio. I have to hold you hostage for just a minute. Everybody else, if you're on the pod, do the subscribe, like thing. Everybody else, live. Peace out, and we love you. Later. We'll be back next week. We got 1 or 2 more next week. I don't remember.
Evan from Eye Candy and Mark from Tin Table.
Those are gonna be good ones. Oh, it didn't end. Oh my god, it didn't end.